Hello and welcomes back everyone. Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. Playing as Ciaphas Cain here, my Jedi Knight. And where we last left off, we had just begun going into the second major story arc here with the Jedi Knight. We have been informed that one of the Jedi Council members, Master Tal Braga, has a bold plan to capture and hopefully turn the Sith Emperor to the light. And it requires our services. He was planning to draw us in. It was the will of the Force. We are traveling to the world of Balmora to meet another member of this special mission. We are putting the pieces together to prepare for the assault on the Emperor's space station. So, let's get ourselves underway. Double check to make sure everything's organized here. That looks fine. Okay. Once an independent corporate and manufacturing world, Balmora was defended by the Republic and conquered by the Empire during the war. Now the corporations have mostly fled. Local collaborators have been rewarded with positions in the Empire's puppet government, and an entrenched resistance opposes Imperial rule. After a prolonged absence, the Republic has returned to Balmora to aid the resistance movement. Droid factories and industrial waste sites have become battlegrounds, and the Imperial military is responding with a build-up of its own. Indeed, as a player of the Republic, we are finally traveling to the world of Balmora, whereas a player of the Empire was here much earlier, aiding the Empire in dealing a crushing blow to the resistance of this world. We, on the other hand, were on Taris, helping to deal with the rat ghouls. Unfortunately, players of the Empire are now on their way to that world to undo our progress, and we are heading to Balmora, of course, to aid and bolster the resistance forces. Let's get ourselves underway.
Master Braga told me you were coming. Warren Sidoru. A pleasure. I'm grateful for your assistance. The situation is growing desperate. The Republic picked an unfortunate time to drive the Empire off Balmora. It's made our team's mission that much harder.
Military reinforcements ought to make our job easier, not harder.
My strengths lie in observation, subtlety, and negotiation. Not exactly welcome talents on the battlefield. Balmora is home to the largest weapon manufacturing plants in the galaxy. Half the munitions used in the last war originated on this world. The Empire develops horrific new instruments of destruction here. Balmora's creations have killed countless innocents.
All that terrible power in the hands of the Sith. We can't let them keep it.
I appreciate the sentiment, but be mindful of our mission. We're here for one particular item. We've learned the Empire has a cloaking device prototype at one of Balmora's advanced weapon factories. It's the same technology hiding the Emperor's fortress. If we obtain that cloaking device prototype, we can understand how it works, develop a way to see through it.
Expose his hidden fortress, and the Emperor becomes vulnerable.
Finding the cloaking device prototype is almost impossible thanks to the invasion. We need experienced native guides to sort through the chaos. Balmora has a well-established civilian resistance. Their spy network's knowledge of the Empire would be invaluable.
Your tone indicates there's a complication.
War breeds chaos, chaos breeds confusion, and confusion breeds mistrust. Unfortunately, the Resistance doesn't trust the Republic. Despite my best negotiations, they remain uncooperative.
Can't say I blame them. The Empire's driven us off this planet twice already, leaving the Resistance holding the bag.
Republic Command just intercepted a distress call. A Resistance medical facility is about to be overrun. I'd go, but an Imperial armor column's in my way. I need you to save that medical facility.
We have armies here, don't we?
The Republic has its hands full. Trust me, it's up to you. I'm sending the medical facility's location. I don't know what you'll be facing there, but do whatever you must to save the Resistance fighters. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. May the Force be with you.
I suppose if nothing else, it'll prove our sincerity. Looks like we're starting to gather a series of holo recordings. We'll have a look at them a bit later. Let's see if we can learn more about our fellow Jedi here. A quick read to make sure. Yeah, no, that's fine. Just making sure there wasn't anything that was going to spoil the story going forward. Warren Sidoru was already one of the most acclaimed Jedi Knights of the Order when the Sith Empire attacked the Republic at Korriban. He was one of the first Jedi to lead a counterattack against Imperial forces and scored several early victories against them. The price of these triumphs was high, however. Records indicate Warren was critically injured over a dozen times in battles, from Alderaan to Yavin 4. Although he survived these near deaths without need of cybernetic replacement parts, his connection to the Force began to diminish. When the Republic signed the Treaty of Coruscant, Warren dedicated himself wholeheartedly to peace. He gave up his rank as a Jedi Knight and became a Padawan to Master Tol Braga. I see, he kind of gave up on war, believing peace might be the answer going forward. Well, understand why he's working with Master Tol Braga, the avowed pacifist, of course. It's nice they've added these, they've changed the cinematics over the years. Made them a bit more interesting. Now, unlike a player of the Empire, a player of the Republic does not have a dedicated spaceport. Oh, Beyond Sanity. Have they changed their logo? Occasionally you'll see guilds controlling certain worlds. Oh no, Beyond Madness is the one I'm thinking of. So at the moment there's a battle to control Hoth. And Beyond Madness are well in the lead. So your guild will gain various rewards. Interesting. We're not part of a guild, so I haven't really ever looked at the guild invasion screen, but obviously it looks like it has something to do with certain weekly events. We should maybe join a guild at some point to see how we could participate and aid. I'm guessing... Sorry, I'm going to look at this again. Your contribution, maybe even your conquest or season objectives, and your objectives here will then help your... how to put this? Help your guild, like contribute to your guild's progression. Yeah, maybe we should join a guild at some point. The only reason I know about Beyond Madness is when I was playing as Vadran, Beyond Madness were the guild who were in control of Oricon, I believe, at the time. And I found that humorously appropriate. Yeah, Imperial players have the dedicated spaceport of Subric City. Unfortunately, players of the Republic, much like the Republic themselves, only have a small foothold on the planet right now.
I'm sorry to detain you, Master Jedi, but this is an emergency. We're trying to break an Imperial occupation on Balmora, but the Republic's got no ground, no resources, and right now, no chance.
The Republic's made up of worlds that didn't have a chance.
History hasn't exactly been repeating itself lately. The stakes are too high here. Balmoran factories produce the most powerful weapons in the galaxy. Possess them, win any war you want. The Republic must retake Balmora, but we need reinforcements.
Is Balmora a complete war zone?
We've managed to make a beachhead in a place called Bugtown that the Empire overlooked. Commander Maydeen requested all reinforcements see him at Republic headquarters. Can he expect you?
I believe the Empire's worn out their welcome.
From the stories I hear, I think the Balmoran people would agree. I'll inform the commander. You'd better get on board. Good luck.
Okay.
There's no telling what power the Empire could gain on Balmora. We have to retake the planet.
And so we will. Yeah, as a player of the Empire, the region known as Bugtown is a region you normally don't need to travel to. We'll look into that later. Right, so here is the region known as Bugtown. If we pull back, yeah, we have the dedicated spaceport within Subric City. Of course, we'll be traveling through all of these regions over time. Let's have a look at this lore object, shall we? Locations. Bugtown. Once a genetic research facility known as Lab 352, this complex became known as Bugtown after the Colicolds, mutated insectoids used as an experimental bioweapon, were released from the facility by Imperial saboteurs. The Colicolds took over most of the area surrounding the laboratory and began to infest the rest of the planet. Republic forces have managed to retake the old laboratory, clearing out the Colicolds and establishing a forward outpost. While much of the Colicoid infestation remains, the population has been contained by the Imperial and Republic fighting. For now, the Republic can keep its unorthodox base. Okay. So we do need to speak to the Republic commander here, Commander Maydeen. And the Resistance were calling the distress signal was from the northern sector of this region. Before we can go to either location, looks like we have a Republic Sergeant here.
Wavmula to bota tuane wangi wabda yaktuka loka? Kukutichoski nawi kuchusi yomata chi pompota.
Is that some kind of native animal?
Faguta ji oto endia. Maguli ji wanta hompa, mulira wata wampa. Wasta micha kolkuka tu maji, ta ushagwa upa.
Why don't you let me deal with this?
Faguta ji oto endia.
I'm a Jedi. This is what we're here for.
Nira disa slimo crispa dodanki konke kupa. Chapuko otum gisa chobod ikafu anchawa.
Okay. So even though the Republic have cleared out the lab and pushed back the Colicolds, they've already kind of recovered their losses and are pushing back against the Republic lines. The sergeant here asks us to deal with 4 of the Colicoid Patriarchs and 2 of their Stingers as well. See, they're like the hives here.
There, good as new.
We actually have a staged bonus mission as well. Stage 1 is to defeat 8 of the Colicoids. I'm actually starting to really enjoy my infiltration shadow once again. I like how all the abilities are starting to work together all the more. Let's keep our eyes open for any more Patriarchs. There is a datachron located in this chest. Of course, you need a key from a certain vendor. We already have all of the datacrons here, but there may be a matrix shard we can help ourselves to. Oh dear God. Oh, I'm slowly moving. Oh. Oh, there's one of those stingers we were asked to keep an eye out for. Oh. Gotta keep remembering I have the Shadow Stride ability now, allowing me to jump over to an opponent's position. And it also reduces the cooldown of our Force Potency.
There, good as new.
Okay, that's also the Stage 1 bonus mission complete. Stage 2 is to destroy some of the Colicoid's eggs. See some up there, I believe. There's bound to be some around here as well. Now, in the... yeah, I was afraid of that. I was thinking, in destroying these eggs, are we going to upset someone? The answer is yes. Of course we are. There's another stinger over there with another egg. Stage 3 is to destroy 3 of the Colicoid nests. 3 specific nests as well.
There, good as new.
The final nest. Yeah, there it is. One more stage to locate and defeat the Colicold Queen. This may also be where there is another Datacron as well. In fact, while we're waiting for the elevator, I'm just going to pull out my guide here. Datacrons on... I almost said Taris. Datacrons on Balmora. Balmora Republic. That's what I want. And I'm looking for matrix shards. Doesn't seem to be any. Let's double check. We'll get a second opinion. Bum bum ba ba bum bum ba. Imperial. Public. Matrix Shard Imperial only. Another Datacron. Imperial Datacron. Another Republic one. No. It's another Datacron for the Empire. Sorry, I'm scrolling down here on another window. I know it's not all that entertaining. Nope, doesn't seem like there is one. Oh well. Find the Colicold Queen. There she is. Yeah, you actually can see the one of the Datacrons in the distance behind the sapper there.
There, good as new.
Now, how do you get that Datacron again? Is there something about this nest? Ah. Yeah, you can get behind the nest into this small heroic area, but it pops you back out where the Datacron is. Perfect. Okay. Get ourselves just back to the transport pad. Save us a very small amount of time. Before we head down, we had a codex entry on these creatures we've been killing. A highly intelligent and voracious insectoid race, Colicolds are relatively isolated in the galaxy, but their dedication to droid design and advanced technology have put them at the cutting edge of scientific research. They are not aggressive, strictly speaking, but they have little regard for other species despite their robust mercantile operations. The Colicolds, their technology trade, is a useful means to an end, but a mildly distasteful one. Dedicated also to the improvement of their own species, a group of Colicolds calling themselves the Creation Nest aided in the establishment of an experimental facility for mutating their own kind in Balmora's so-called Bugtown. They found that their mutated cousins were able to metabolize the toxic waste on the planet and made excellent, if unpredictable, weapons. The Colicoid emissaries were not deterred when Bugtown was overrun, hoping to continue to perfect the experiments in the future, albeit without the Balmorans' aid. I thought the Colicoids were experimented upon, but didn't realize maybe that they purposefully experimented on themselves as well. Maybe I didn't understand that part at the time, or didn't take it in. Hello, Sergeant.
Chicos ba inigo dai G liska chanagawa.
Wama otochako ga hutapawa to bampaula.
Not a problem. And level 61. We also claim the Colicoid Queen's carapace. And turn that in. And we have our heroic mission terminal here. There's a lot of heroic missions. I probably will leave this weekly alone, as tomorrow will be the reset day. We'll get ourselves into the Republic command post, of course. What does the consular armor look like? Not terrible. Well, what does the knight armor set look like? Pretty much what I have already. Not a problem.
Our creative temple.
You have a little
Love what they've done with the place. You could almost forget this was a Colicoid nest.
cantina here, of course.
So strange, isn't it? The way your past can completely shape the way you see a world like this one.
I think he's had a few too many drinks. Huh. Don't see many of this particular species around. At the moment, at the very least. Okay. Of course, we have the good commander here, Commander Medine. Doubt we have anything new to learn, but...
Glad to share my skills with someone talented.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll take a break here. And when we come back, we'll speak to Commander Medine. Find out what the situation is, how we can aid the Republic start. And push back and defeat the Empire here on the world of Balmora. And of course we do have to try and answer the distress call from the local resistance forces. Thank you all for joining me here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish. And hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then though, take care. Bye bye now.